I mean, that's what you pick Undying for as well. You want to get that lane advantage. So let's see if they can do it as the game is starting up. The teams are smoking out. Both teams smoking, running down for the ward placements.
Now, I know in the past you're not a very big fan of seeing the double melee supports. Is this one of those situations that it's okay to be having? Just because they are so active, and again, it is a lane dominator.
It's lane dominator. I'm honestly still not really a fan of the double melee support. I like having one guy be the melee and one guy be the ranged between the supports, the way that a lot of teams traditionally do. Granted, Tiny does like run in and toss someone back. It's not necessarily that he stays melee. It's more that he tries to be the avalanche toss combo, which isn't necessarily running in and being in melee for a long duration.
So who are the key heroes that you think are going to be the ones that need to secure these lanes? How are they going to play this?
I think for me, the exciting matchup is going to be Mikoto on his TA here, and to see exactly how the mid lane is going to go, because TA against Invoker, it is, historically TA favored. I would say it still is, and I think that matchup is where they have some chance for outplays in the 1v1 department.
You're just a TA bias caster over here. No, but that all makes sense for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good way to start the day. I get to watch Mikoto on his TA, definitely a player I'm a fan of. But the other lanes are going to be exciting too. They put the Witch Doctor up top against this tanky lane of Doom and Undying safe lane.
I feel like this is a situation though where like Witch Doctor's more than happy. Just because of the fact that, he has this Maledict. He is going to be able to spam it over on some of these tankier heroes. Oh gosh, and there's his first blood already. Is KP also sitting very, very low, but...
Yeah, they get a little bit too aggressive with Nyx there. Nyx doesn't have the best laning stage, and this is a pretty tough lane, the Tiny and the Visage. He just got beat down, really. The tree grab and the Soul Assumption is what did him in. So no tossback or avalanche or anything like that. Just a little rock with a tree in his hand.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't opt to put the Witch Doctor with Yatro. I mean, usually we talk about you want a range paired up with your melee core, but I guess they figure it's more value in the top lane when you have the Doom and the Undying to be able to put that pressure down.
It's both that, and also Witch Doctor doesn't do too well against Tiny in lane. You can get tossed back into a Visage. That would be very hard to survive, at least when Nyx has level 2. You can spike Carapace immediately after and just try and walk out of it. So I think the pairing is pretty smart here by Team Spirit.
Poshka taking a lot of attention here. Hyde just chasing after him the entire time, but I guess there's a little bit more space here for Collapse, who is having a nice time here in lane currently.
Yeah, Poshka has to be careful though, taking so much of a beating, but he will be fine. He has Magic Stick, he has Tangles going.
He's got like 440 max health. Oh, 360 max health right now with all the stacks of decay. He's got 12 stacks of decay on him.
Yeah, he's being chased, but
he is indeed. Hyde popping the mangoes.
1 HP.
Hit point.
Literally
oh
1
my
HP.
God, are you serious?
Yeah, he's gotta go down to the next one. He has no way to quickly heal. Doesn't have a tangle running right now, and even if he did, oh my God, 1 HP again?
He's still alive.
Are you serious? 2 times?
the high five. Oh my word.
What was that?
God.
I can't think of a single time I've seen someone back-to-back surviving with 1 HP within that short amount of time. That's hilarious. His natural HP regen keeps him just barely alive there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't believe that he managed to do that. And I'm surprised also that he didn't opt to suicide to creeps.
Oh, actually, yeah, I forgot about this. This is actually not even about that. It's the decay actually has 0 damage on level 1. Sorry, I'm being stupid here. They changed to have 0 damage level 1, so it's only stealing your strength. Of course, he's gonna live with 1 HP.
Got it. It's still very frustrating for this Undying to not be able to get the final hit off on this Witch Doctor.
Yeah, he wished that he was level 2 already, chasing after there. One single point in the soul rip. Could pop a mango and use that.
Bottom lane, avalanche over onto Yatro. Put the nuke out. Yatro sitting very low. It will end up falling to KP.
Yeah, he got himself into a bad spot there, trying to go aggressive into the jungle. I think he has to stay on the lane as much as possible. Getting caught out, it's so risky. You can easily be tossed back into the Visage, slowed up, and the Soul Assumption does a terrible amount of damage over on you when you have such a low HP pool. Collapse in trouble.
Yeah, he's over in the corner. They've got that little tornado, and they'll be able to collect a kill. So far, things going very well for Talon. They've got 2 of their cores sitting at the top of CS, and they've got a couple kills under the belts.
Yeah, the laning stage is starting out very good for Talon. They're happy with the farm they're getting. Mid lane, importantly, is 24 and 10 against the 14 and 7. So far, Mikoto doing amazing.
Man, Yatro's taking so much harass, though, here. The follow-up with the Sunstrike gonna be off the mark. A little bit more damage to take out Q. Can they get there fast enough? Can they close the gap? Yes, they can.
Yeah,
there is no regen left, though, on Yatro, so this is a little bit tricky for him now.
Yeah, the moment he gets back to the lane, they immediately put all their attention on bringing down Terrorblade's HP pool. And this is important because TB will disappear into the jungle at some point. So the short amount of time here in the start of the game where he's showing on the lane, you need to make the most out of it. And I feel like Talon are really attempting to do so.
Mid lane has been pretty quiet. This is one of those games that we haven't seen any sort of rotation trying to secure runes, trying to take them away, in fact. But do have that bottle on TA. So a little surprise. Top lane, get the Malice stop. They'll chase after 23 Savage. Sunstrike just a little bit off yet again as they drop the tombstones. Now Miposhka needs to be a bit careful here because he is getting chased down by Hyde. This time they will have the damage. This time the Witch Doctor will end up falling.
Witch Doctor dies, so that's a big kill for them, but Collapse did get the Tombstone kill. That's also 150 gold, so puts him closer to Ammo Dominator. They get something mid lane. Toronto.
Tokyo getting chased down. He doesn't have that Ghost Walk, so Makoto will happily get a kill. And Miposhka will just try to soak a little bit of this experience and put some pressure on TA in the meanwhile.
That's huge. He gets a solo kill right there. Very nicely played.
Do see Hyde rotating over here in the top area.
Yeah, Hyde is just trying to go in and plant some vision. However, he was spotted putting down this ward, so that should be dewarded if the side of Team Spirit paid attention, which I'm sure Miposhka, he's gonna walk over. He has a sentry. Did he see it? Maybe he didn't see it.
Feels like he wants to just make moves over onto Makoto, get some sort of a revenge kill in a sense, alright? So he's gonna hold on to it for the time being because in case we get that melt strike, tries to hide, they will have the detection, but Makoto's just gonna back off.
Yeah, he's completely fine.
Only the 2 points in the Maledict.
It seems he didn't see the Observer Ward being put down. Probably attention was on the TA gank they wanted to orchestrate there, so not gonna get dewarded yet. Hyde might have gone away with it.
With the Undying over in the mid lane, Sunstrike over on bottom. With this rotation, though, from the Undying, I'm sure that, yeah, there it is. There's the cast coming out, there's the Maledict, and they should be able to claim 23 Savage this time around because there's just no one here to help. And we'll pop the stick, but Collapse gets the kill.
Such a painful death. Really painful because he had Midas on his courier. It's coming out right now. So he's leaving the courier around here. Careful not to get that snipe because that would be a disaster, but yeah. He will respawn and try and get a Midas pop. He has level 4 Devour and a Midas now, so the full Greed build is online.
Ooh, this is scary. Can they get the Impale? Very nice. Mira not going to be able to snap it away from Makoto, though, as there are 3 heroes. Spike Carapace being value, but it's just so much damage coming out from Makoto, even without the double damage getting popped.
Yeah, trying to go in for that rune was a little bit greedy there. You have to expect that there will be a trap on the rune. It's a nice stun, but this is also where you're a Nyx. You can't really go that close. because you're obviously going to get trapped. So, nice try, but maybe he didn't expect the rest of Talon to be around there.
We are seeing Yatoro, he's made his rotation. Top does have the metamorphosis if they decide they want to push the tower. It looks like he will reveal himself, they'll use the meta. They just want to push down this tower and open up the map more.
Yeah, using the Dominator as well as the TB meta, this is a really strong push. Don't think Talon can do anything about it, so they're just gonna tuck away and farm and play into their Visage right now, so making a rotation down towards bottom lane. Meanwhile, the TA is clearing out the Ancients. But momentum is definitely faster here for Team Spirit. They already took out the tower, and the last time we saw this happen, they were very quick to make a move towards mid and bring down that tower as well. So we'll see if they swing over, as Talon will be busy with bottom tower.
Yeah, it feels like Mira really wants to get that level 6 online, get the Vendetta, start doing some scouting, but they're doing a great job over on the side of the Spirit. They have invaded the top portion of the jungle. You've got Yatoro, who's got a lot of room to be able to farm. But while this is happening, oh, okay, 23 Savage runs into Maposhka. They were able to take a nice stack.
He was throwing up his hands there, pretending they was going to throw out the Doom, but doesn't commit it there for a little Witch Doctor. Instead holds it.
Feels like Collapse might want to put some pressure over into 23 Savage. It looks like they've got their eyes on this tower, and they'll find Q. The eyes pass by Carapace. Nice play by Mira. The toss away, but the clicks are there. There goes Tiny.
Yeah, they're coming in mid. They do not want to lose this tower. They want to contest the Beastmaster. Because losing this would be awful. They know the Terrorblade doesn't have meta right now. So he cannot be here.
And this is what we talked about. You have that Scorched Earth. You're going to see the Carapace coming out from Mira. A little bit of a slow, big nuke with Soul Assumption. Mira will eventually get clicked down. As the rest of the side of Talon starts to make their way over to defend this mid tower. They don't want to give it up this early.
Yeah, Mira found himself so far in under the enemy lines there, and he just gets sold. Ultimately, he's going to respawn in just a few seconds and come back. It's not the biggest of losses, but they did do some damage to mid tower, and they're sticking around with the intention of possibly taking it still with these double Forge Spirits. Talon have to be on guard duty or the tower is going to fall.
Q is in position. You're also seeing Hyde making his way over. They'll send 23 Savage over. A nice avalanche, but won't go any further than that for the time being.
Yeah, again though, every single time they make these small goals, that was 500 more damage onto the tower. It's almost going down by now, and Beastmaster is meanwhile just farming. TB is farming, so this is a lot of damage done with just Witch Doctor and Invoker pushing mid.
I mean, Makoto is going to have the Desolator in a good timing. So that is something that they'll have to be very aware of coming out from the side of Talon.
Yeah, he has an absolutely fantastic timing. It's going to be a 12-minute timing for the arrival of the Deso here, which in current patch is extremely fast.
Top lane saw this coming. The rotation of just Collapse and Maposhka plus that global Sunstrike will equal 23 Savage dead.
It's very painful. This greed build on Doom, he has so much net worth, so any death he feeds away like this is much more gold than your average carry kill would be. He gives away 550 gold already just by that one death.
Now my question for you is that we've got the Desolator completed for Makoto, and the next item is going to be the Blink Dagger. But would you like to see Makoto get like a smoke join up with some of these supports and start to be more active, considering how difficult Doom's laning has been?
TA, I would like her to play in the greediest way for herself. Oh, we see Maposhka might get caught out here. There is a toss available.
They still have Collapse nearby too. Yeah, the little piggy, when pigs fly. It's a moment that's happening, but they still blow up Maposhka.
Yeah, he turns into +2 Deso charges right there. Always a nice feeling to get that scaling immediately. I mean, TA can join for like small engagements like this when the enemy are playing somewhere under your vision, but I wouldn't say that she needs to go and like non-stop fight. She wants to prioritize farming very heavily. Talon are greedy. This draft is very, very greedy.
So how would you like to see Talon play this? Because again, Doom has been caught out a couple times, he's died twice now, and they have put a lot of pressure on the map, taking away this top area, the jungle, from the side of Talon.
Yeah, Doom is tagged twice, but it is when you go top. Top is the dangerous part of the map. I think they should try and play the safe areas more. If you look at how Team Spirit are playing right now, I made a point yesterday about how Team Spirit use their supports in the dangerous areas of the map. Mira is farming bottom. He's farming the most dangerous part of the Team Spirit map, which is actually down here. So they always use their supports in a very sacrificial way and let their cores have the Vinland, let's call it.
Sunstrike not going to quite align itself. But interesting note, like you said, they are allowing Mira to farm the bottom portion of the map, and they've not sent any of these heroes from the side of Talon to really contest too heavily. He's going to have a really nice Blink Dagger timing.
Yeah, he farmed like 800 gold there on bottom before he left. Now he's coming in towards mid. There is no sentry.
They don't have the sentry over on the stairway. They have one over in the mid lane. But Mira creeping forward. They do have one over a little bit further in though, so it does have to be careful. It's going to get spotted here over in the mid. But it's going to follow Miposhka. They're just kind of pushing Makoto out of this jungle. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, Mikoto's going to have to make a move down towards bottom, but that means this tier 2 tower top is now in danger. The sights are on it, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Terrorblade even move up here to secure it with meta, but perhaps they feel they don't even need him.
A little bit of an avalanche over onto Collapse. Mira. Again, we talked about the placement of these supports, the way that they're sitting.
Yeah, but this is good though. I mean, Q is doing the same thing that we saw Mira do earlier. Oh, here comes the rotation from 23 Savages. BKB.
Oh, we get the bounce here, but immediately that BKB coming into play. The damage is real though over onto Hyde, so they'll end up losing Miposhka. The Doom gets used over on Mira, but he's already cleaned up, so Mira now will just try to scuttle away. Cannot do it. And that is a kill using the Doom.
I get so confused when I see heroes attack someone and you see the Ricky backstab effect, and it's just this Lance of Pursuit. I will never get used to randomly seeing Doom backstabbing the Nyx, like what? But yeah, that is very nice for him. He gets 2 kills. He's now 3 kills, 2 deaths, and 2 assists.
They see this Visage and they want him. They've got the center. They open up with the Roar, go with the Sunder. Yatoro gets himself a lot of health. Follow up with the Stomp. Toss it back here, and they'll still end up losing here, but they'll lose Collapse too. So a fast response, and that is a kill for Makoto.
Yeah, nice try to toss away, but didn't really have the distance to toss him there. He basically just tossed him to TA, who was standing right next to it. I think maybe if he didn't toss, he could perhaps get the Fair Fire out on Visage. I don't know if it would have saved him though.
But that is the Blink Dagger now completed for Makoto. So these are the primary tools of a Templar Assassin, I feel. Sitting in a very nice position. Also have the Blink Dagger completed for the Nyx Assassin. I believe Tiny just picked us up, so we're going to be seeing a lot more action, I have a feeling, because of all the initiation tools used for team fights and just the ganks. In fact,
yeah,
there we go. There's a smoke.
They have a tri-blink setup here with Doom, Tiny, and TA. All of them are good at it. Might drop a ward for Vision here. Hide. Puts it down, doesn't see anyone.
Yeah, they read that very quickly.
Dude, that was so close. Yeah, Team Spirit just barely got out in time. That ward almost saw the Terrorblade running around the corner.
Blink's being sent out now to 23 Savage. So there we go. Got this reminds me of that Force Staff game that we had the other day, where just literally everyone was buying Force Staffs.
Yeah, it's also gonna be purchased in this game. Undying is going for one as well. It's a great item against Beastmaster. Whenever someone gets ward, you can push them out of position. Might even ruin some Sunstrike combo. So not too surprising to see them go for that. But they do have the triple blink. They want to get some kills now, because Talon, I don't think you want to slowly go into this game. Terribly, it's going to keep growing very fast.
Yeah, currently right now the Doom is sitting top of the net worth, 11k, followed very closely by Makoto, but the other 2 cores on the side of Spirit farming up very, very nicely. And it is just expected, right? When you have something like a Doom, it's got like got himself the Midas, he is going to amass gold a lot faster, and the TA with the side blades just naturally will farm very, very fast, especially if they have any sort of stacks.
Yeah, TA, a lot of her good game though is on the back of the fact that she outplayed mid. She got the solo kill over on Toronto Tokyo's Invoker. I mean, that was really hype. So he's played a great game so far. You can obviously see how Mikoto is very comfortable in this hero. His absolute best hero, I would say.
Radiant's middle tower.
Feels like Collapse has not had to leave this lane in quite a while. He's got himself the Ancient Granite Golem.
Radiant structures.
And the way that Mira and Miposhka are playing as the backup does make it a little bit difficult. So mid lane is going to get attacked as I lose the top tier 2. Or to use the fortification, so should go down quite easily when you've got a TA and the Visage.
Something I should mention, by the way, is that this is very old style TA. Oh, they smoke up and they try to go, perhaps going back to that point later.
Yeah, gonna be walking into Mira first. Novendep does have the blink though, so he could potentially, there it is, just blinks on out, runs away. See that little courier getting chased. Kodo blinking up, throwing down a trap in case they make it over that way.
Yeah.
But no, Spirit, they just back off.
Yeah, they managed to dodge and disengage there, but they're TPing in with Travels. They want to take the fight.
Alright.
A lot of vision in this area for Dire, though. Talon have great vision.
Also making his way over. There's the initiation. They're going to get the jump on Mira, throwing out that Impale. Get the Roth on the backhand lines over onto 23 Savage. So even though he uses that BKB, some of that duration does end up getting wasted. Witch Doctor not looking to be so lucky as he does get jumped upon, and that's kill for 23 Savage. Somehow Mira surviving that, despite being the one who was initiated upon.
Yeah, I don't think Team Spirit recognized that there's that much vision in the area. Kind of funny with, you know, Miposhka saying the wards are too easy to de-ward nowadays, but there was a lot of good vision here for Talon that they were playing under. So, good jump immediately there. They also had a haste rune on TA, so very beneficial. And I want to get back to the TA. She went for this Desolator and Blink. She had a BKB queued up, but now going back for Dragonlance. But seeing a no Dragonlance first 2 item build is quite rare these days. Normally it's either first item or second item.
Is it just because Makoto feels like he needs to be super active?
I mean, he's an old school TA player, played for a long time as well, and this used to be the best build, and it is a very, very active game. So, like you said, if you want to stay useful to your Blink Tiny and be able to burst people together with him, this is the best build to go for. But that means he's less prioritizing farming up. And I think that's the correct read. You're playing as the Terrorblade. You don't want to play slow and farm. You want to play high aggression and join a lot of fights here.
Alright.
Even taking away the Dragonlance now again and putting the BKB back in the quick buy. So he's like, no, I need to be team fight ready, and we need to close out this game before the Terrorblade gets monstrous.
Well, Makoto making all the right decisions and moves, honestly, considering that he has 0 deaths on this TA and has been very active. So, yeah, definitely can see that experience as a top #1 in SCA.
Oh, big smoke here by Talon. They want to try and find Terrorblade. They haven't really killed him beyond the laning stage, so they're looking for him in the Ancients. Not going to find him. They just go Roche.
Go right into Roche, though.
Yeah, they take it fast. I think they get away with this free.
23 Savage still smoke. End up popping. So walks into the Witch Doctor. Immediately Collapse following with, or sorry, Mira following up with that Spike Carapace. Still gonna end up losing Miposhka. But they're gonna try to put some more damage over into 23 Savage during all this. And the Roche will go over to the side of Makoto. Mira tries to teleport out, not gonna be able to. Spike Carapace is buying him a little bit more time, but this is looking like he's not gonna survive this.
He's not going to survive, but he is buying some valuable time for Collapse to do more split pushing down on bottom. So took a while to bring down that Nyx, and look at bottom, the bigger trade. If you can trade HP on a tier 2 tower for a Nyx, you'll take it. Oh, he has the Devour can target Ancient, so he just casually walks up and eats that Granite Golem. Yeah, Helm of the Overlord, not that useful when Doom has level 15 talent ready. That is a good counter that they have in this game.
Is that a typical one that we see picked up, or is this specifically for the fact that they have this Beastmaster who's going to be taking them?
No, you only pick it because of the Beastmaster. If there was not a Helm of the Overlord, you would certainly not take this talent, because he didn't even want the aura. He toggled off. He wants to keep the stun. The War Stomp is more valuable to him than any ability he gets from the Ancients here. He's building towards a Linken's on the Doom, giving himself some protection, but actually opting to go for Octarine first. He even bought the components first for Linken's. Then he was like, you know what, I want Octarine. Man fell to the greed. Devour, Midas.
Miposhka hiding in the trees here. Makoto, though, spotting out Miposhka. They put their attention over onto Hyde, but he was not expecting Makoto to be there. So they'll get the Doom off over onto Collapse, and Witch Doctor trying his best, but not going to survive, as now their attention is over on Collapse. They were trying to set up a gank, trying to bait, but we're not expecting the full force and fury of Talon.
Yeah, that was very useful invis for Makoto there, just running in and finding the opportune time to initiate. So a bit unfortunate for Spirit. They do bleed some kills. Only a 3k gold advantage for Talon though, and they are running Midas Doom. This game is still very even. And the Terrorblade now finished up the entire Skadi, also going for our Lincolns as his next item, which I think is fantastic if you're going into a Doom. Having Lincolns is very useful, but you have to watch out for, if Doom switches into Aghanims, that Lincolns, what is it even going to be good against?
Right.
Like, look on the side of Talon. If Doom gets Aghanims, what is your Lincolns for at that point? There's not really that much anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, 23 Savage. The nice force staff, though, from Hyde.
Radiant structures
He has to get him away from Mira's hail. Pressure being placed on the bottom. I feel like we haven't seen much of Toronto, Tokyo, and Yatro during all this, whereas Talon is being very active. I like to see it. It does feel like the other cores on the side of Team Spirit have been pretty laid back aside from Collapse.
Oh, watch for Toronto, Tokyo with Hex. He certainly wants to fight as well. This is going to be a skirmish here.
Yeah, there's a haste rune over on the TA as well. There's jump forward immediately from Mira over onto 2 Spike Carapace, and there it is, the BKB from 23 Savage. But over here on the top, Hyde trying everything he can. We'll end up losing Mira, but these hits here from the Death Ward doing so much, as now Makoto jumps forward. A couple of hits should be able to just burst down Miposhka. So now you can see the Skadi is doing a decent amount over onto Makoto. Toronto Tokyo still waiting patiently, has the blink. He's got that sheep stick like we talked about.
Complicated fight into the
Aegis.
Aegis.
Something happen. It is an Aegis, correct?
Yeah.
Tower goes down. Okay, the jump forward here from Q, get the roar off, and they'll also get the Doom on Yatro, and they just want to get out of here. That Ice Path doing so much to slow them down, making it a bit difficult. A nice tornado tossed out, landing over onto multiples. Got an EMP. There's the toss back over on 23 Savage, as Q says, get out of here, and he gets a nice blink away from Mira.
A nice attempt by Spirit to defend there, but it's a hard fight to take. I thought that they had the advantage there, standing on the high ground with the Metamorphosis, TB ready with the Skadi and the Manta, but somehow Talon, they just jump in with the Doom and popping the BKB. They don't really care that much, so they were strong enough to break the position of Spirit, and they also were swooping around with TA, forcing the Invoker back, and then jumping the supports and killing them. Makoto in trouble. Hex is available. He does have Aegis still.
There's the meatball.
Yeah.
This looks like they're maybe trying to burn it off, but still chasing after Mira. We'll get the Spike Carapace, try to hide here, duck around in the tree line, break some ankles, so that way he can blink to safe, because he does not have the TP for another 25 seconds. Toronto Tokyo will have the Ghost Walk in a minute. They have Dust on Q. And KP tries to drop the bird in time, but he already blinks away.
I was very fortunate for Talon that that didn't connect to anyone else. The Aegis carrier is the last person they wanted to see. They didn't even use the Hex. It's like, they could have burnt the Aegis, but it was only 30 seconds. It was going to time up anyway. So they opt to just try and disengage, run away immediately, and that was the wiser move. Nobody really going down, though. This was the Force Staff number 2 here over on the side, actually number 3 on the side of Talon, as they have the Hurricane Pike on TA as well. So they now have 3 Force Staffs to counter the Primal Roar from Beastmaster, and also to disengage from the Skadi Terrorblade. I think that can be very useful.
Got a completed Octarine over on this Doom. My goodness, he is so wealthy. Top of the net worth. There is a fight, though, breaking out as Miposhka is going to use the Voodoo Switcheroo to finish off Q. Most likely going to die for this, but does manage to get himself a kill before he goes down.
Yeah, a bit of a trade. Just losing some supports here. Nothing major gonna come of it, though, as both teams are just fighting for position. We see Team Spirit doing a good job on the side lanes, using their Beastmaster as well as their Invoker to shove these lanes. You can use the Helm of the Overlord and also the Forge Spirits to push lanes safely. But Doom also continuously being pretty great against Beastmaster, so he can't just use his Dragon to push, because Doom could just come and eat it.
here. Looks like okay, so we did end up going back for the Hurricane Pig on the TA. The BKB is the next item.
Yeah, I think it's a bit delayed BKB, but still works out great as the Hurricane Pike provides so much value. And he also got a nice neutral item drop. He got the Mindbreaker in this game. The Silence can be really useful. If you're jumping something like the Witch Doctor who wants to immediately Voodoo Switcheroo, being able to get Silence on the first hit can allow him to kill this pos 5 actually.
God, that name Voodoo Switcheroo, it like messes with my brain half the time. Like Death Voodoo blah 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 and just Dead Witch Doctor over here while we're discussing this.
Yeah, he goes down quite easily there, trying to get a D-ward.
He will take control of the outpost back again.
It feels like Talon, they're being very contained here though. Team Spirit are doing the best they can at keeping them pushed back on their own side of the map, allowing Yatoro to get so much farm on his own side. But I think there will be a nice timing for Talon soon though. If they just keep farming and building up their Doom even more. He is at 1200 gold, 1400 now, building into the Aghanim Scepter. And Yatoro did commit for the Lincoln Sphere on Terrorblade. So the power spike will be when Aghanim's completes. I think they can take a really great team fight.
Lincoln's completed for the Invoker. I think this kind of makes sense because of the fact that he's probably going to sit fairly far back in these fights. He's not going to be quite as up front and center. Because we talked about, you know, if they end up getting the Ags or whatever, that he's going to have that AoE Doom. But if Toronto Tokyo can keep his distance throughout, then it's not going to be quite as much as a problem as some of these other guys.
Ooh, scary.
Popping.
Scary positioning here, but looks like Talon, they want to get something more. I think Invoker might fall victim to the same thing though. The double Lincolns could just get countered when Aghanim's is out. None of them are useful. I truly think that could be like nearly 10,000 gold put into possibly blocking some soul rips and some grave chills at that. You know, like this is very, very risky for them if they just wait until Doom is allowed to farm up the Aghanims.
That's possible. Still sitting at the top of the net worth, 24k on 23 Savage. But on his heels again is Yatoro. Working on towards that Satanic.
Yeah, even though he's behind in net worth, I mean, Terrorblade is still stronger at this stage. He's, you know, less net worth, but just much stronger hard carry towards late game. Playing Doom carry is like playing Alchemist. You're gonna win by your net worth advantage usually, but if you can't close it out early enough, then it can be a problem as the game continues to go later and later here. We're 31 minutes in.
We do have a smoke up from the side of Spirit. They'll reveal Collapse. This is something that they expect to see him up here, but no one else is showing. So I'm sure that Talon feels like something must be a little off the way that they're grouped up together. They seem to sense that there should be perhaps something coming their way, and they do ping out that the pressure is being put on this top tower.
Yeah, he's gonna force some form of reaction here. Collapse, and usually he hasn't had anyone with him when he does this. He's been doing this alone all the time, so maybe they think they can catch the illusion.
Oh, the illusion does manage to land over onto Q though here with that spike. Carapace, a couple of these bounces trying to force Staff away, but Q still will die. And now Mikoto stuck in all of this. They try to go for the Soul Rip. Will be able to BKB. There's that AoE Doom like we talked about. Toronto Tokyo staying pretty far back though during all this. The force over onto Yatoro, trying to keep him alive a little bit longer, but it's so difficult because they end up losing Miposhka. They end up losing Yatoro. And the chase is on. They would like to get themselves Mira, and it's looking like he's not going to be able to survive.
Yeah, as prophesized here, the Lincolns didn't really help him much once this item comes out, but that was really on the back of an illusion bait, forcing the Invoker to blink forward, using the Hex, realizing immediately, oh shit, this is not what I wanted, but good reactions immediately by Talon. Tiny just blinks in, catches his enemies. He does go down, and initially the fight looked like Spirit could be okay. The cask was fantastic from Witch Doctor, but not quite enough to stop the full advance of Talon's aggression there.
I think they need just a little bit more damage because Makoto sat so very low, but because he was able to get the BKB off, ends up surviving, and now he is the holder of that Aegis. they are looking to put the pressure down and push out this top.
Yeah, Toronto is fighting to keep
right
map
into
advantage.
Q. Uh-oh. A little bit scary here, because now Doom is making his way over. They'll pop the Lincolns.
He is dusted.
He is dusted. Yeah, dusted another time, too. They definitely want this if they can get their hands on it. The toss over. 23 Savage goes, throws down the Doom, and it's a dead Invoker.
Man, Doom being a 99-second cooldown spell for him is so useful for them as well in this game. It's so low cooldown. Wait, it's not even 99. It's still showing as 99 when you read it. It's like 70 seconds or something. Why is the tooltip not updating? Oh, it's showing for the server. Strange. For me, it says 70 or 99, but in the I see on the server. Okay, 74.2. I guess tooltips are privy to the observers here.
I don't know. Dota is an interesting game, you know. There are a lot of things that aren't actually written. You just kind of have to know how some of the mechanics already work, or...
That's true. Secret knowledge. Dragon gonna try and defend here best he can.
It's just so much damage, though. I don't know. A little bit of the ward off over on the side, but the jump forward immediately from 23 Savage. They're just gonna blow up Maposhka. That was an easy, quick kill for them. This aggression is real. We talked about earlier, like throughout the DPC, Talon tend to play quite slow, but I feel like they have hit such nice timing with these items, with Makoto and 23 Savage getting what they need, and now they just have not let their foot up off the brake. There's an overwhelming blink over on 23 Savage, so he's just waiting patiently for any moment, and with all of these blinks on their cores.
Overwhelming blink, Doom ready to jump. He gets spotted though.
Does indeed. Don't know how you go forward right now. If you're Spirit, you kind of have to rely on Toronto Tokyo to throw as many spells out as possible. In fact, there it is, but again, the jump forward from 23-7. They try to force Toronto Tokyo forward. Won't be able to quite finish him off, but definitely a fright here. Just seeing all these force staffs getting him out of position. And now Yatoro joining into the fight. He's gonna use that meta to slow down Makoto a little bit, but again, Makoto does have the Aegis. Just throw out the stun over onto Yatoro. They'll turn their attention to the KP following up. They use the roar even, the sun strike, so they don't have to worry about those pesky birds now as they'll take down the tombstone.
That's sort of the only way that they're getting kills right now on Spirit. They need to like go on multiple targets, force out the usage of all these Hurricane Pike, Force Staffs, and different saves. Even the toss save, right? We saw the toss back by Tiny there. That was really nice. But after all the different saves are used, then they can finally catch someone. So they commit the roar at the very end there. So there was nothing really to do for Talon anymore to save that Visage. But still, fantastic damage done by Talon. They brought down the tier 3 tower mid, and they got the top racks in one fell swoop. And now, in a fantastic fighting form, they're ready to go again with the Doom having this overwhelming blink as well. He is looking so strong.
23 Savage, his reaction times have just been on point. It's been really fun watching just how fast he recognizes the situation is going to be favorable.
Yeah, he's I mean, very, very talented player. Going straight towards mid now.
Yeah, there's going to be an altercation in the mid lane. Throw clicking way over onto Q, but again, they have 4 stuff. They'll drop the Doom. In comes 23 Savage, though. He'll use the Doom, get that AoE, jumps over onto Collapse. Makoto to follow up. So much damage coming out now as there's the slow over onto Yatoro. They'll turn their attention around, though. They've got Mira over in their sights, and they'll still be able to get the kill as the rest of the side of Spirit makes their way back into the safety of their base.
Spirit saw the Doom up top earlier on a ward, so they tried to take this fight quickly before the Doom has a chance to get there. But Doom was still there in good time, and they couldn't burst anyone due to all these saves coming out on the side of Talon. Just smart itemization.
Jump forward from Mira, nice and pale over onto Makoto, burning off all of the mana. Again, 8 seconds left on this Aegis. They have to be so very, very careful.
Yeah, he's gonna go back, heal up with it.
It's gone. MKG gets put back in. So there's the butterfly over on Yatoro. Jump forward from Q, lands over onto 3. It's beautiful. 23 Savage trying to get these hits off over onto Yatoro, but now perhaps Q too far. No, they have the Force Staff. They'll throw out a couple of the axes, throw out a tornado trying to catch him, but won't be able to quite close the gap. Toronto Tokyo throws out the meatballs just a little bit too slow. They're just too mobile over on the side of Talon. Mira does find the opening on 23 Savage, but
Doom is ready.
jumps right back in again. He blows up Maposhka. There's the Doom coming out from 23 Savage, landing on Mirror, landing on Yatoro. They'll blow both of them up. Collapse, trying to run away. He's not going to be able to do it. These heroes on the side of Talon are just too powerful. And they call GG.
Yeah, they called beautiful first game here by Talon. They played really, really well. I think they itemized super well, and they took good engagements. All the later engagements were very clean, and you know what? TA, beyond godlike, not a single death. Mikoto putting on an absolute